Ja, det stenosis. I've had like recording because Gran Turismo has got a new update. I've just spent some time getting. Do I have that set to yes for? So we do have Electrus as an extra thing here. Yeah, we'll see if the power one will be good enough to run here and stuff like that, you know. I did to tune it down to 950 by the way, so you can actually race in this and stuff like that with the, because this is actually turbocharged by the way. This is not 100% electric from the seeming of things, you know. I mean, this is not circuitless heart or anything, but you know, I still think this has a pretty heavy straight here. I think maybe, wait, can I change it here? Yeah, my brake balance or something like that. Maybe I need to set it on higher, maybe. We will see. I mean, you do have leniency on this with the because here's the thing, right? So the electric, the way it's used on this car, is instead you use the electric to, you know. The question is, how often will they pit though? It's going to be the question. Because I'm pretty certain they're not gonna pit every like 2 laps or whatever, so let's set the leniency on the highest. I should have done that from the start. And I'm using the assist by the way because I realized, you know, like sometimes, you know, sometimes I want to chill because the game is not about being hard or anything, you know, and stuff like that, you know. You know, I've always liked the Chevrolets and stuff like that, and this definitely is meant to feel like a Gear 1 and stuff like that, you know, the fact that you can even, I mean, I forgot, can you do this race without Gear 1 cars, whatever, right? Because this one specifically doesn't say Gear 1 or anything, but it looks, I forgot if Corvette does have an LMP car, how similar it looks to it and stuff like that, you know. It might be that it's actually still electric, but what, like, it's got 2 engines then. Now, I wonder if 950 is always the maximum when it comes to Gear 1 cars or whatever, you know. There could, of course, also be rain that could happen and stuff like that, you know, as well. Because it would be really bad if we would need to go in way earlier than they can. I mean, they could still make, like, I said it before that, like, yes, you could make electric cars good in the game and stuff like that, and you would either have to make it more arcadey again, the game, make it so that you can almost get all upgrades on all cars, because that's almost what it felt like back in the day. So there were cars that could get very few upgrades back in the day as well, but I felt like, right, that, you know, like, sort of like a real driving simulator, but it was not about simulating like, oh, this is how the car feels to really drive in reality and stuff like that. I always felt more like it's to celebrate cars. That's always been a big thing. And I know that there are people that complain, oh, look at this Sav or whatever, you know, things like that, you know, so we have no choice here at this point to go in already. Maybe we can make that up. We'll need to change that, but we need to get full fuel. Now, if they also made it so that, for example, that you could have a reserve, or whatever, or they made it so that, oh, you have more batteries than one and stuff like that, you know, that you can use, like, for example, like when you run out of fuel, you use, you know, maybe have a higher top speed or whatever than normal. Like, have we lost this now because of that? Yeah, because you got past pit lanes, that is pretty bad. There was only 1 second, which isn't that bad. Yeah, we should have run with that first. Now we have to hope that they are going to come in within these next 4 laps then. I'm going to have to hope that they're going to make a pit stop. Because otherwise, right, what I might have to do is to actually decrease the power even more on the car and stuff like that. Because here's the thing, right, that even if there's 950 pp minimum or whatever, like if we could reduce it, for example, down to say 900 pp, then we could get more fuel efficiency, right? Because that's the thing, right, that yes, we have so many horsepowers and stuff that, you know, there's this crazy top speed with this, you know, and stuff that, you know. The question is though, how long is it going to be until they pit? Because I mean, if they don't pit often enough, then this is basically, there's no chance to win. So that's going to be a problem and stuff that, but yeah. Now, of course, if we get lucky though, because we are pitting more often, is that the bet would change, because sometimes the AI decides to stay out for like a lap or whatever, right? Because this has like a 30-minute time limit. So yeah, you know. I mean, we are always catching them and stuff like that, but yeah, but you probably also need to change the brake balance, because that is also part of fuel saving, by the way, and stuff like that, the brake balance and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, we're already catching the backpack here. So if I would have used that lean at first, right, and you get like 4 laps or whatever, then maybe, you know. I don't know how often they need to pit though. Okay, so someone is coming in on lap 5. 2 are coming in on lap 5. Somewhere still at full fuel though, it was more because of the tire wear. That's actually interesting. Because I mean, if... Yeah, basically, before the next pit stop, there need to be more cars that pit. And we can still advance and stuff like that, you know. Now, one thing they could also do is just to all electric cars make it so that you can adjust the leniency level. Because even that I feel like we do a lot with how much you can make the fuel add. But maybe the fuel will last longer now when I'm out of this super mega turbo there. Because that extra fuel there, the extra from the electric, that gives more horsepower, from my understanding. So maybe we will consume less fuel now, you know. Because it charges up, of course, from braking and stuff that, you know, so it's kind of like a DRS system. So that's, you know. So we will be able to do at least one more lap here. Okay, one more is going in. One more car is pitting at least. Yeah. Now, if we could get lucky here and not have to pit this lap, then that would be really, really good. Yeah. Because I mean, if our tires can also last like a really, really long time, then we save a lot on that as well. Yeah, well, we will need to pit now, so we have to hope that there are at least some cars that are going to pit now. It seems like 290 is kind of the maximum right now. So that. Okay, well, now we need to pit again. Yeah. I don't know exactly which line you need to be within here. Yeah, don't change that and go full here. Okay, we're in along with a few at least. Now, do we come out before them or after? Is the question, like how far ahead will they be? I hate it when they go into that mode there, because that can sometimes make you cut the pit line a lot there, because you're meant to, right? And sometimes it's hard to also tell, like, okay, like what's the risk line? Okay, someone is pitting there, ahead there. Several are pitting now actually on that 8. So yeah, so if we would have had, if we will, can we weather radar here? Okay, it looks like there is nothing in place yet. It's the Alpine, yeah. And if they have more tire wear on their cars, you know, and stuff, that's going to be really, really big and stuff. That, yeah. But sometimes the weather radar is a distraction, of course, and stuff that, you know. Now, I don't remember if you can change those buttons, if I could change it to like L1 and R1 and stuff, that to just make it so that I don't have to black, you know. Okay, so they're coming in. The ones that they are using soft, they're coming in often, which is good. So that will be 2 free places here. And, almost catch them at least here. But it's what's going to be really, really annoying though is if, because I mean we have gained 1 position from over last time and stuff that, you know yes, we would hope for rain. I feel like, you know, that's something you want to hope for actually. Another one is going in here. He's banned for some reason. That's weird. It's very bad to see the AI spin action and stuff that, because, you know, imagine though if they could make the Sophie AI everywhere and stuff that, you know, instead of being in a very, very special race and stuff that, you know. Right, and we should be able to make this lap as well here and then pit in the next one. It's crazy that our tires are still actually holding up very, very well. I know that there are a lot of people that just go in very, very early when it comes to the tires and stuff that, you know, but I feel like that's unnecessary. So the leader went in there and stuff that. Yeah, we have to hope that we can make at least 1 more lap here. Okay, there's more people pitting now, which is actually very, very good for us. Again, because we can do pretty decent times. I'm curious though what the PP value is of some of the other LMP cars here, you know, so that's, oops. Yeah, I did a mistake. Didn't pay attention, goddammit. Let's hope it has like an extra reserve or something like that, because I definitely feel like, you know, cars that even when it's zero, it doesn't begin draining immediately. There are like ways to save fuel and stuff that, and not be as heavy on the acceleration and still. Because I drain less, right, if I'm behind their slipstream, I think. This is crazy. Because if you almost make it in, by the way, if you almost make it in, I mean, even if it's okay, so it will run out when we're pretty close to it. I feel like this isn't gonna be that bad. Yeah, that was really bad for us though. Oh yeah, we're gonna get last place. I don't care, right, you know, and stuff that, you know, because, you know, I know we can win this with other cars and stuff that. See, that's the thing. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I'm just being stubborn, or maybe something will happen, you know, maybe we will get rain. Because with certain cars, you can actually use the chains, the TCS value or whatever it is, traction control instead. Yeah. Oh yeah. That was actually really bad. Yeah. I mean, could we hope for rain? Maybe. I mean, as long as a lot of them are going to be pitting, you know, things could be good. But yeah, I don't know if it ever rains on this stage or if it's just that, you know, like, you know. Because that's only how far we are behind the leader and stuff, that the 117 here, right, you know, which, you know. Because I feel that because here's the thing, right, even if we would reduce our horsepower by a lot, for example, like, I still feel like we would be faster than the LMP cars, that's the thing, right? And if we could make it so that we could drive around with the power set to 1, right, without having to use the leniency, then that would be really, really good. But you know, it might end up happening, you know, most of that, yeah, you know. Yeah, but we're definitely seeing that our left tires are draining way faster than the right, but otherwise it is not super even. It seems like the left or the front tires are draining slightly faster. Very dark. It does look like it's getting dark. Yeah, I don't think it's rain. I mean, imagine if we get rain though, and I put on the intermediates early enough. But you need to pay attention to the gauge to the side there on the tires, because that decides how much it is on the track, and if it's enough, then you need to change. Otherwise, you just change the traction control and you're good. But often, if you get rain, AI will just drive slower. stuff that by a lot often, and you know, and stuff that, because yeah. Hopefully we don't need to pit now. Hopefully we do have enough fuel here to avoid pitting. So he's using my Nissan. So I could win in that definitely then. So we need to come in though, right? Yeah, now we're changing tires actually. I know I could be using softs actually, maybe softs would. I forgot if you save more fuel. Yeah, it will count as crossing the pit lane, I think. Or maybe it's not. I kind of wish when you were in the pit that you could see like the weather or whatever before you pit, or yeah, there's nothing on the weather radar, it's just getting dark basically. Pretty much. Yeah, I think we need to actually make a car even slower and stuff that. We need to actually change how slow the car is and stuff that, right? I feel like we probably need to tune it down to 900 and stuff that PP instead. Right, or at least match the car that is like good in this. Why did I slow there? Was that after that line really? I mean, I know that there are cars that hardly ever pit and stuff that, so you know we can still, like I think, gain on certain drivers. I usually look there if there is, you know. I mean, imagine though if we got a race where it rains immediately from the very start and stuff that, you know. Because there are times when the AI doesn't start with rain, even if it's raining and stuff that, you know. Which just means that they will drive a super slow lap, you know, on the thing. Yeah. And I'm hoping I'm not running in 120 hertz and stuff that, because in that mode, of course, the quality became way lower and stuff that, you know. It was really bad, of course. I mean, the 120 hertz is nice and stuff that, but I still have 4K when I have 120 hertz and stuff that, but it's just that the game just runs so much smoother and stuff that, but it's not ideal for recording. Maybe it's just that YouTube doesn't support it or whatever, you know. Why am I losing so much though? Just a question. Okay, we can make at least one lap more. Yeah, it's all because of that one mistake there, because otherwise I was actually gaining on them and stuff that, you know. That's the main thing, you know. I mean, something could still happen, you know, and stuff like that, you know. It could be that, oh, when it's dark, they drive like a lot slower. Because we know that the AI also goes in for tires and stuff that very clearly. And stuff that, because they don't need to go in at 57 fuel. Stuff that is just a tire change. See, this is the main problem, that we need to fuel basically every 4 laps, but it's not even full 4 laps, you know. Now it is good, of course, if someone is already going in and stuff that, then it's like a lot better. See, that's the main problem when you come there. Like I wish here you could have like the display there to see how much like is it close to rain or not, you know. Because see, here's the thing, right? If this car doesn't end up being good against these type of cars, then what was the point, you know, of the car, you know? It's going to be the question. I know that for example, like if they would want to be realistic, then there should be less tire wear when you drive during the night because it gets cold there and stuff that, and that generally makes tires like last longer and stuff that, you know. Right, that there should be like tracks in the game where you use like, you know, and I show that it's tire wear and stuff that, but still, you know. I think this was the one that I failed where I got really mad on or whatever, right? I think, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so 2 of them went into pit, but we're not even close to where the pit lane is, of course. So it doesn't really matter that they pitted. There's no way that this is the next driver here. That is the driver that has actually left me. Right, one thing that they could do, for example, is on certain cars, if you want them to actually be better, then allow you to go 12 in the leniency or something like that, you know. But why couldn't it be that there's a fixed speed once you start going into the pit lane? Once you start reaching that line and stuff that, so, or that you out to drive or something like that, so that there is no chance that you drive over the pit lane or whatever, you know. And it was so weird because before I were faster than the other cars and stuff like that, you know. You see, we were actually casting her and stuff that, you know. And it seems that that goes in actually when you close the other cars. It does use some extra stuff. Yeah, we're gonna take the risk here. better like here, like you should be driving slower. And sure, you want to drive in some speed here. A bit displaced. And we're down 21 laps. This shouldn't be cutting the pit line though. No, this didn't cut the pit line. I mean, we were doing really well when we didn't use the fuel saving and stuff like that. It's extremely quick. But see, that's the problem also with that extra electric battery. Like how much of the horsepower does that provide us with? Because 288 being the top speed is not going to cut it on some tracks against these cars. Maybe we remove the ballast, right? Because what does that make you consume more fuel is the question. Yeah. Was det någon cash bar for that? I don't think we got anything there, money-wise. Yeah, but it has like 12 times the fuel wear and stuff that, you know. What is the recommended car normally? Yeah, for 29 horsepower. So maybe actually, let's hope we get lucky here though. With the ticket at least. Even though it's only a 3-star. Come on, gain the big money or the car. Big money or the car. I mean, that's 10,000 I think at least. So, if we remove the ballast, okay, so that's number on the transmission there. Let's set that to 4. On boat, 88, 87 on boat, 86, 85, 85, 84, 84, 83, 83, 82. Yeah, we can do that. Reduce our horsepower all the way down to that. I'm curious though about because I didn't see any fully customizable like racing transmission. So that's actually really, really bad that that's not the case. Let's find the track again. So it's 950, is the series. Is that swap as a series here? Is that the, this is the prototype series, yes. So that's the one that we got third place in, which is the best one out of those in terms of cash reward. What is normally what we have here? 980 on the G5. Must be a 985 as well. So, you know. Now you could say, oh, just use medium tires, lol. And stuff that, like, to reduce the horsepower even more. We're gonna see how we do here first. Let's again use the 16 leniency here and see how much can we get from the car with 16 leniency now. Because if we can still only get 4 laps from 6 leniency, then that would be really, really bad if that would still be the case, you know. Because 4 laps is not, I feel, going to cut it, but I don't know also, you know. Why do I have such a hard time braking now? With the brake balance set to that. I need more traction control, is that the thing maybe? Yeah, you see, you can go over 300 there, but that is because I have the extra that thing there. Because see, here's the thing, I can understand if you would have to pit more often when you still have power in the battery and stuff that, you know. And maybe actually you want to be braking hard and stuff that, like, stuff that, you know. Way. Okay, we all still like really fast with this though. I mean, yeah, but the question is how slow will we be getting once we run out and see that? Yeah, I only set it to 4 there, now I have it to 5. I don't know why I chickened out there, only setting it to 5. Now here's the thing though, here's the thought, right? Why though? I don't know. Is 5 brake balance worse? Is the question, right? It might be that we need more traction control to reduce top speed even further and stuff like that, because I feel like I had less issue last time. Well, because we added more weight to the car, that's why. Yeah, it definitely seems that the ballast is like doing a lot to make like the car slower and stuff like that it's actually way worse to make the car slower at that, you know, because if we don't care about the clean race bonus, then this is completely fine. And we're almost already 4 laps in. I mean, if we can match when they do pit stops, then that would be insanely good. And maybe we will. But I feel like we aren't using up much tires at all. So it's definitely the fact that it was the weight that instead that extra much tire wear and stuff that I feel like, you know, and maybe the fact that the car was faster as well. I mean, technically it is faster now, even with 16 leniency. Yeah, so you definitely didn't want to add weight to this car and stuff that you only want to be reducing the power. Oh, look what is. Oh, that's not good. Okay, there's the Toyota ignorant trap element. There's the Mazda that is really, really good, of course. I know how good the Mazda is, you know. I definitely want to be getting that Mazda at some point and stuff that, but yeah. Oh, if we could get a car, of course, that we could. If we get a car that we could just easily do this race with, then that would be really, really good. Now, hopefully, we can do one more lap after this. Hopefully. Because I definitely think that it will probably be cost pitting soon. Yeah, we will get one more lap. That's the BMW, right? Or the Mercedes. Yes, our Mercedes. It's also very, very good. There are so many of those really good old LMP cars that is just super, super fun to drive, man. But I kind of wish, right, that, like, if they want to be serious about electric cars, then add, like, electric endurance races or something like that. Be careful when you go back in. TCS set that to 2 at least then. It might just be that we need more traction control in this car. That was really bad though, because we lost a lot of positions there. Okay, I mean, if we get 5 laps, then every time we pit, then I feel like that's gonna match certain drivers. Okay. So we're matching the soft tires here, which is a bit bad in terms of we're still going in way earlier. So that means that we come out on lap 6. So I kind of wish that they recharged your battery for you there or whatever, right, you know. Yeah, so you definitely probably want more traction control on this. I don't still know if 2 is good enough, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Because, I mean, they will definitely do pit stops more of the cars now and stuff like that, which is a chance to catch up and stuff like that, yeah. I don't know if the enemy used to quick pits or whatever, you know. Now we will see here with this leniency. Can we not go over 300 now? Is that going to be the case? Right. Okay, so there are so there are 3 pitting now. We can get 3 free places here. That's but we still have to remember that this car is an absolute beast. Okay, I don't think, oh, maybe we did get some places, but we didn't get all the places. But yeah, I can see them up ahead there. Okay, one more is pitting there in the front, and yeah. It might also be the, like, for example, like, I forgot, do the better tires save more fuel, is the question, right? Because yeah, if we can change to race mediums, for example, like even if we will run the tires quicker, if that would allow us, for example, to quote-unquote reduce our power even more on the car, then I feel like that would still be good and stuff that, because yeah, now the goal would kind of be to instead use power 1 all the time and not have to use any lag reduction basically at all. So that to like drive with full power and stuff that, so yeah. So see, that's the thing, right? I feel like going into pit on lap 5 basically and then coming out on lap 6, I feel it's still gonna be good enough so we can keep advancing hopefully and stuff that, but yeah. I don't know why the enemy don't, or why they don't lose as much. Maybe it's not that they're fueling up or whatever, right? You know. And it is probably a lot to do with the fact that yeah, we aren't getting the super quick speed because it's using it up very quickly on the battery there. Okay, we can get at least one more here. Feeling we're consuming way more fuel now for whatever reason. But I don't know why. We still don't need to change tires, and eventually, right, they're gonna have to come in and change both tires, and right, they're gonna have to change both tires and fuel eventually and stuff that, and those are gonna be when they have the longer stops and stuff that, because there are certain stops that they're doing that's only tires, certain ones where it's only fuel. I feel like I'm losing way more in the pit lane than they are for whatever weird reason. I mean, I would have loved it if it would have been possible to gain one more lap here, because I definitely feel like we're consuming more now in power, and I don't know why. Is it because of the brake balance? Is it because of the TCS being set to 2 instead? I don't know. I mean, we did go up to 11th place here now and stuff that, you know, from their doing the pitting and stuff that, you know, so, you know. Maybe that's when you have to brake and stuff that, and maybe that's the main problem. Okay. Let's see what we come out at now here. As long as we don't come out on 19 or 20, then it's good. Why are they pitting faster than me? That like feels like so old. Okay, so we came out last place, which is actually really bad. Yeah. I kind of wish that instead of having to check the weather thing, that why couldn't they have like a warning and stuff? You would imagine, right, since you have a pit team, that they could actually warn you, like that they could have something like that they could have some voice actors or whatever, right? And maybe even take drivers, like doing voice acting or whatever, like okay, you need to pit now and stuff like that. Maybe you could even have it in several different languages and stuff like that, because the play base is, you know, from a lot of different countries. They're not being able to go to 300 here and stuff that now, because we are relying on like an electric thing there. It's not good. Yeah, and I think we will get one more place here. That's what I had. Yeah. We can probably take them immediately here, maybe, hopefully. That's a cool looking old Porsche as well. As overall, we are losing time, but this is, if this is an improvement in our position, then it's still, you know, a good thing. But we need to gain more than 11th place here during this stint. It might actually happen because there were still stuff. There are still cars that are like pitting extremely late, like pitting lap 11, certain cars. Yeah, the fact that for example, like, I wish that could be something so you could adjust when you're using up the extra horsepower there from that and stuff like that, you know, to have it like be like, oh, only use when it's full or whatever, right? Or once it runs out, charge up until full again, and then, you know, get the full speed right. We're gonna get something in place here. Now, could we get lucky again with the? Could we get or black? Could we get lucky with rain? Because I mean, I feel like if we can get rain right, here's the thing, right? If we can get rain, then that is really, really good. Now, of course, if we get more traffic, then that means we will be able to go faster. Of course, obviously, you know, since maybe we are using more fuel because of the traction control thing. There is a mistake, maybe. Traction control set down to 1. Because I know the traction control does affect top speed and stuff like that, maybe we should actually set it to lower and stuff like that, you know. I forgot if it got dark already at this point, instead of that normally. Okay, we are going to be able to make one more lap, hopefully. Hopefully we can get a full lap here without having to pit. No, we're gonna have to go pit this time. Because we haven't gotten that many positions, right, which is the really, really bad stuff. So yeah, that just means that I'm pitting way too often and stuff like that, right? But I feel like the people on soft should be pitting more instead of me. That's what the radar looking like now. I wonder if that just means that it never rains on this track and stuff like that, you know, because, you know, I can also wish that they had tracks that, for example, I know that there are tracks where it always rains, that could be a setting you could have and stuff like that. Like, I would wish that there would be like a rainy cap or whatever, you know, or, you know, something like that, you know. And then they added that, some, you know, the raindrops kept falling on my head and stuff. When I'm riding my horse, when I'm riding the horse. And I'm riding my horse. Okay, we're in at least at the same time as some other areas, so we're not losing as much. But also, if they made it, for example, certain cars could like refuel faster. Like if they can hold less fuel, then make it so that they refuel faster or whatever, right? Wow, cutting across pit lines really. Yeah, I did that when I came in there. Still, this is the most annoying, the whole pit lane thing and stuff. And I know that that's realistic, but still, please, because on certain tracks, it's like really hard, especially if you don't know the track. Like certain pit lanes are fucking evil with how much you need to slow down. Either have it so that you auto dive immediately when you go into the pit, everyone goes at the same speed and stuff, that's right, so that it's not like there's no chance to cut the pit lane or whatever, right? Because you can have auto dive when you reach certain sections and stuff, that right, but yeah. There's no chance of this. I mean, I would have loved it, man. It would have been absolutely great. We're on 20th position. But right, and you might think that, oh, hey, like that makes no sense, and stuff that, That is true. And maybe the brake balance was set too high, that because maybe that locks the brakes, stuff that, It can also be bad to have too much brake balance, and stuff that's, yeah. Maybe we just need to actually control zero and then learn to control the car better or whatever, I mean, I don't know if there's any chance at all that it could ever rain on this track or whatever, right? Because, Yeah. Yeah, so we definitely need to go even slower with speed. But the fact that they were lasting like over 15 laps and racing hard, so maybe now it's time to go in and, change tires next time, Yeah. I mean, we're not that horrible, like two like minutes after and stuff that, so, that is still something at least, Yeah, and we're gonna record one more part after this, by the way. Because I was hoping to basically use this car and then earn some money on this track and stuff that, I know that there are other tracks we could do, but still, But I'm curious how much the medium tires is gonna add and stuff that, Because yes, there's a limit also on the power restrictor, how low you can go and stuff that, so there still is a limit, right? Which is why you cannot slap on softs or whatever, right? Yeah, we're still catching the person in our space. Oh, this is a lot of positions here we're gaining here. Because there's a lot of people pitting here. Can we catch a break for once? Because when we went up to 11th place there at one time, then that felt like really good. Okay, so we didn't really gain any positions there hardly at all. But they shouldn't be that far ahead.